Where are we going this morning?
Marvel DC comic store.
A superhero store that we saw up the road. Oh my gosh. We can't wait.
If they have Lego sets.
Oh, I don't know if they have Lego sets.
Yeah, I don't care if they have other Marvel and DC comic things.
Of course you don't care as long as you're in there, huh? So I love the fact that walking distance, there's a Starbucks, then there's a Jamba Juice, and then right around the corner is this grocery store. So we found this place called the Cafe Rain Tree, and nice little restaurant right next to the little comic DC store that we're going to go to, which isn't open yet. So we're going to sit down and have some breakfast. And you know, I love San Francisco. I really love it here. It's a very cute city. I love all the I love all the old traditional buildings. There isn't a lot of people, just no, I mean, like walking the streets, so it seems pretty normal. It's like not so congested as some of the areas in San Francisco. So this area where, you know, UCSF is located, which is up there behind me. Not as congested. So we're gonna try out this little cafe, have some eggs and toast, and then we'll walk around and do some grocery shopping, and then we'll head to the hospital for our 1 o'clock appointment. Look at that. Cute. Oh, the Punisher. The originals. Original Gambit and Rogue. Sneak Attack. Spider-Man? Who is that? Who is that?
I don't know, but he is cool.
Carnegie Flyer. Look at all the Wolverine and Marvel and
hey, that's the first Iron Man right there.
move your fingers so I can see. There's the Punisher. These are all super cool. Look, the Predator. Look at Superman's cape. Ooh, look at that! Wolverine's claws on the skeleton. Wonder Woman.
When I was in Hawaii, I was there.
So cool. Is that Loki's? Oh yeah.
Dr. Doom's hood.
Ooh, Dr. Doom. Oh my gosh. If Daddy was in here. Look, the Thing's hand. All these old posters.
Look at that Spider-Man.
Yeah, cool. Look at all the shirts. Green Lantern.
Superman, Batman, Flash.
All the comic books. It just reminds me of Big Bang Theory when they're in the comic book store show. Elijah, tell me what just happened.
Our car got towed.
Our car got towed or stolen? Yeah, we're finding that out, huh? So I parked over there on the other side of the street because there is no other parking. And the sign looks like this. Let me come to the other side. And so I parked there after 12, about 2, and I went into the family house, which is across the street, came back out of the family house, and my car's gone. So I'm on the phone with the cops right now trying to find my vehicle. If they don't find it at the tow place to see if my car got towed away to do street cleaning, then I have to report it as a stolen car. This is so not fun. Alright, I'll let you guys know in a flash. Boy, it's been quite the day. Today is Tuesday. This morning we hung out at Ronald McDonald House. We went out to... thank you. Sorry, Family House. I'm so used to Ronald McDonald House. We stayed at Family House for a little bit. Then we took a walk up the couple of blocks, and we found a little restaurant called Cafe Rain Tree. Anyways, nice breakfast. I had some poached eggs and Elijah had scrambled eggs. It was a good breakfast. We had some leftovers, so we took it back to Family House. Right next door they had a comic book store, which was called Amazing Fantasy, and Elijah loved that store because it had DC and Marvel comic stuff, and it had displays of what you saw of the helmets and capes and all sorts of fun stuff. So that was really cute and cool. Not cute, sorry, cool. We went to the doctor's appointment. We talked a lot about what is going to happen tomorrow. Elijah gets admitted into the hospital tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. We get admitted, we get into our room, and then about 11 o'clock they're going to take him, put him under anesthesia. They're going to place a catheter, a Foley, and then also as well as an NG tube, because there are some medicines that he has to take orally that he cannot take, that he would have a fit trying to taste. Elijah's taste buds are pretty sensitive. My nose is red because we were just out at the beach. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. So there was a lot of questions I asked. I asked about how things would be after he was discharged. When we're at the hospital, I'll be able to sit down and explain all the details a little bit more. Right now we came back to Baker Beach, so we're sitting in the parking lot waiting for the sun to set and watch. It was just too cold to be outside, so it keeps getting overexposed. So, here's the fun part. So I parked at a sign that said cleaning every first and third Tuesday. Today is a Tuesday, but the cleaning is up until 12 p.m. Well, when I parked there, it was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I figured there's other cars here, I'd be safe parking. I did not see any other signs like tow away signs or you can't park here signs. I did not see any other sign. I had just seen the cleaning, the sweep cleaning road sign, which I figured it would be okay to park there for a little while. So we walked up to Family House because there really wasn't any other parking around. So we walked across the roads up into Family House. So 4 hours goes by, we go, oh, we want to go back to the beach. And I'm like, okay. So we go back down there and my car is gone. And I'm like, okay, there's either two things. Either it was stolen or it was towed away, because when we had the orientation at the Family House, the gentleman there had told us just to be careful so it doesn't get towed away. So I kind of knew that that may be the case. So here's the story. Yay. How it happened was when we walked back out there, our car was gone. So I called, sorry, I'm trying to not let it be so overexposed. So I called the cops, or 911, and they transferred me over to the police station. They looked it up. They found that my car was registered at a tow impound. And by this time I had severe anxiety. I was having a hard time concentrating. I don't do well in high stress situations these days. I used to, but not these days. I don't know why. But we started walking to the address that the cop gave us. And I started asking locals that were, you know, walking by or riding a bike where this address was. And they were pointing me across the park. If you guys have been here, you guys know what Golden Gate Park looks like. And it's a pretty big park. So we walked across and we get to this road and I did not know which way to go, which direction, and I felt lost already. So I came across this girl who happened to be walking the opposite way, and I asked her and I said, excuse me, can you help me for a second? And she said, you know, she said sure, and I asked her where this address was. We all looked up on our maps on our phones. Duh, I don't know why I even didn't think about that. So I had my phone with me, and come to find out the impound was a 40-minute drive, let's just say, through traffic. So it would have taken like 2 to 3 hours just to walk that way. And Elijah can't walk that far. That's why we have the wheelchair. That's why we have the handicap, blah, blah, blah. Well, Elijah can't walk that far. So I just started bawling. I just started crying. It was just a mess. Everything just turned out to be such a mess. And the girl really felt compassion. And so she called. At first, she handed me her, I'm going to take my sunglasses off. It's not so bright now. Excuse my red nose and exhausted face, but this girl really had some compassion, and she gave me her train card. She had a train card because she rides the train a lot. I've never rode the subway train, and so I didn't know which station to go to, and so I was asking her all these questions. And as we were walking back that way, I'm like totally bawling at this point, and I'm totally just, my heart's pounding out of my chest. I don't know what to do. She stopped and goes, you know what, let me call Uber service, which is UBER, and it's kind of like a taxi service, but like a clean car, and they're privately owned, and they used, people get paid, random people get paid to go through this service and pick other people up. So you can look on a map and watch where that person is, and you can watch them drive to you once you request a service. So that was really cool. So she had that Uber service, and we used that, and she was just godsend, because I probably would have gotten lost in San Francisco. It would have been night with just me and Elijah, and it just would have just gotten totally crazy, and I didn't know where I could find a cab, or, I mean, it was just traffic, and it just, I didn't know what to do. I really, for the first time in my whole entire life, I felt everything was out of control, and out of my control. So we got to the impound, and it turns out it was like $520. And I literally about had a heart attack, because when you have a child with cancer, $520 is a lot. Well, even with people without children with cancer, that's a lot of money. I didn't know these rules, and come to find out, I violated these rules, which I didn't know. you're supposed to remove your car from that section by 3, and I parked there at 2, so it was like only an hour that I had to remove it, and I didn't know that. So all the towing fees and the impound fees and all these things added up to $520. Then when I get there, they say, oh, you got a ticket for the violation, so that's another $85, and I lost it. I fell to the ground crying because I couldn't afford all this. So it was really hard to have to grab whatever I had left in the bank and pay for this, and they didn't have any compassion. And I didn't mean to cry, sorry. They didn't have any compassion, and they said, I'm sorry, but you have to pay it anyway. There's really no way around it. So I ended up having to pay about $600 plus out of pocket. So I don't know how we're gonna do this the next week or 2, because that money was supposed to be going for Elijah. Anyway, that was my story. I got my car back, obviously, because I'm sitting in it right now. And so we ended up being back at Baker Beach just in time for the sunset. And here's some pictures I took. So it was a beautiful ending to a bad day. You live, you learn, you know. I just know that I won't be parking in those spots anymore, and I'll be parking at meters or drive a couple of blocks down to find a parking spot. I'd rather walk. And I know that you can park at the garage, but I like to have the freedom to go in and out, you know, drive around as much as possible. I know that when Elijah gets admitted, that might be a good idea, and just take the shuttle back and forth to Ronald McDonald, the family house. Anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp, and we will be admitted tomorrow. You will see pictures on Facebook for him, and also videos. So I love you guys. Thank you for all your support. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and we will see you tomorrow. Ciao.